also be called For Those Who Love Italy. There are so many awesome shots of Venice and the countryside of Italy. You really get a sense of the flavor of the country. I think it's interesting that it's about a traveling musician slash artist, and he's either walking around the streets with his guitar case, or he's in this very picturesque old mill with this eerie woman and an hourglass and black fingers and people behind plastic sheets. The sound design is awesome in this film. From the footsteps on the train platform, sewing machine, radio, crickets, crows, church bells. Wow, it covers the gamut of sound design. It's a really interesting film. Well done.
Really an interesting piece. Now, for those who only love music, you do have to jump ahead 14 minutes into the music video to find the music. But once you do, you're treated to a song. Now, before that, it's just an incredible build-up. This one really takes its time to set the scene here, and I mean, we're being walked through Venetian streets on a sunny day to a wedding. It's all very sort of romantic and just enjoyable. Then, you know, this is this soft sort of acoustic song with suspiciously loose strings. Then we have this just real bizarre 180 at the end. It sort of felt like maybe it was the director's kind of stamp on it. I don't know. I don't know what it was doing there. It was cool. The whole video, I mean, it's shot really spectacularly. There's a lot of hard work that went into this one, absolutely. And it's an interesting piece to look at. I'm not going to try to explain a lot of it or any of it, but I think it is well done and it's worth checking out. So
I loved this. I thought it was great. I thought having the entire opening section kind of be almost like just like a music of things that this guy or whoever would hear on a normal basis, and not having anything else. When you got to the guitar work, it made it stand out so much more, and it was so fantastic and so powerful, and kind of like taking through, like, they spent a lot of time before they even got to that point, which I really appreciated, and taking their time kind of getting to what, you know, goes into it, what can go into it. And then for me, I thought one of the best things that they did was having like the close-up moments or the reactions and how everybody else was responding and reacting to what he was playing, because music does just touch people in different ways, and it does kind of transcend different things, like language, for example. I really liked it. I thought it was really well done.
The piece is interesting because it doesn't actually have music play a prominent role until quite late into it, basically the climax. But that actually makes you hungry for it even more. You keep waiting in anticipation for the unnamed protagonist to play his guitar and give us some musical delight. So it actually helps build up a certain level of suspense. And I think very much what the playing is meant to symbolize is how music, allows us to kind of center ourselves and take a moment and reflect on our lives. We see the married couple, for example, we see them having some minor bickering as they're taking their wedding photos. And we see that quells upon him arriving, the musician arriving and playing his music. And it probably helps them, again, take pause and reflect upon their lives and what really matters. And what really matters is each other and the love that they share, and not whatever pettiness they were likely fighting over. We see the same thing also with the man that he helps, the homeless man, that he gives him his hat. It kind of seems to emphasize this point that music is also a charitable thing. It's something we give to one another, a kind of language that is exchanged of communication. It's a really beautiful piece. It very much evokes old Italian noir and reminds us again that music has a valuable part in each of our lives.
It's a beautiful setting, beautiful people, beautiful story, beautiful camera. I really, really dug it. I thought it was good. I thought it was so excellent, and the filmmakers should absolutely continue on their journey, because I think that, they have a lot more gas in the tank. If they can just wake up and have an idea like this. Like, what are they going to wake up and think of tomorrow? It's so interesting, a really unique perspective, and so much beauty.
For the cinematography, the shots were beautiful. All the scenery that was captured was really, really great. It was very, very photographic, picturesque. One of my favorites is the scene or the shot where he's walking, and it's captured in the mirror reflection of him walking, and there's just like a wall and there's a mirror and he's walking. I thought that was so cool. I really enjoyed that. I loved how we hear a lot of the soundscape of how he's walking, like the wind and the birds, the sewing machine, and there's no music. It's just everyday sounds, but they have this like potential of rhythm, and that was really cool. And then I found myself, it felt long because I was like, when is he going to play the guitar? I want to hear him play the guitar. And then he finally opens the case and plays the guitar, and the music is just so good.
It was a truly tragic story. It has a very lovely scenery with the streets of Venice, a wedding taking place in the background, people being happy and giving to others as well. It is sunny, joyful. It looks like a happy thing, but then you have this extraordinary music that gets through all the way. You think this is good, it is nice, and then you have this striking contrast with the dire, unexpected ending, and then you just have this very artistic video, and it was just very enjoyable. I really liked it.
I think the actor did such a fantastic job evoking emotions through his face, rather than using dialogue. I feel like we got such an insight on his emotions and what he was feeling just by the visuals on his face. We also got to see a lot of beautiful scenery of the city that this piece takes place in. I know I really enjoyed following and, journeying with the main character around all of these different spaces. It was beautiful to be able to follow him on this journey. And the ending was very satisfying because we finally get to hear him play, and it was just such beautiful music that we got to hear at the end. So yeah, I think this one was very strong, and I really enjoyed watching it.